Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely little window frame as a layout on one of your pages. Now this is going into my Christmas journal. So these are some of my Christmas pages, and I'm going to pop this one in the middle of the journal. So this is the one that I'm making at the moment. And I thought it would be really nice to have a little window frame because I have these tags like this, and I thought it would look really nice, and now I have 3 of them in there, to have a little window frame so it looks like you're looking in on a Christmas tree, looking in or looking out, whichever. Now this is the Santa, which you can pop in there as well like that, which I just think they are lovely. So that's the one I chose to put in there because I put the little green bow on there. So they're really simple to make, just out of some old cereal box cardboard. Now I know you can get die cuts of window frames as well, so if you've got one of those you can do the same sort of thing, but I haven't got one, so I thought I would just make one. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's quite simple, so let's pop that to the side. I have got some cutout pieces just from a cereal box. Look, really simple. Now I'm going to measure these for you because I've already cut them out, so it's easier. Now these 2 here are the same size as the tag. Now let me just get the tag. So there we go. So they're the same size as the tag, which is roughly 6 inches, I think. 6 1/4 inches these are. Okay, and then I've got 2 to go along the either end, so that was just under 4 inches. Let's do centimeters as well, so that's about 10 centimeters. Now it all depends. I've got 2 of those. It all depends obviously on how big your tag is going to be, and that's 16 centimeters. So the ones in my kit, I'm doing it for these, so these are the measurements for those. Now I've also got these bits which are just slightly tapered, if you can see here, and that's for the bottom bit, so that would stick on there like that, and then this goes on just so it comes out just a little bit like that. So I have 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, that's that one, and then I've got these as the little window frame like that. So again, that's going to be 6 inches, just under 6 inches, like that. So I've got 2. That one is not obviously not going to be as big. So that's the sizes. I'll pop them on the screen as well for you, so you can have a look. Let me pop my ruler over there. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to glue them together. So let's start. Let's take the 2 big pieces. I've got the white paper underneath so you can see what I'm doing. And we don't want that one, we want this one. So I'm just going to glue these on the bottom like that, a little bit on there, just so they stick. Now I've just got tacky glue in there, so just stick these on like that. Try and get it as straight as you can. You could probably pop it down on the edge of your paper like that, just to make sure you are level. Let's stick that on. Take this one, little bit of glue at the top like that, and we will stick this one on top. So this is quite light because it's just made out of sort of like cereal box card. It's quite light because you don't want it too heavy on your page. If you're going to make one for sort of like a journal cover, you could probably do it out of like corrugated card or something, a little bit thicker, which I might actually do on a little frame. Okay, so that looks like, now we need to make sure that is stuck down. It's shiny, the cereal box underneath is shiny, so that's why it's not sticking too well. I probably should have used some Fabri-Tac. Okay, that's on. Now I'm going to stick this one on here like that, just like that. Just a little bit of glue along the bottom. Yeah, just like that, and then we'll stick that on there like that, and one on the top, and then we are going to turn the other one, turn this over and stick the little framey bit inside. So let's just stick that on there like that. So now you need to just leave this to dry a little bit. So doesn't that look nice? Very, very simple, isn't it? Turn that over. I'm going to take this one, make sure you've got it the right way round. I'm just going to sort of eyeball this like that, and then I will just cut it off so it's level at the top and the bottom like that, and then we will go halfway. You don't have to do it exact, you can have it like halfway. You can probably put 3 little frames in if you wanted to. So let's just put these across, little one across there, and stick that on like that. There we go, and that's what it will look like. So that looks good, doesn't it? Let me just get my scissors and let's just chop that piece off, hold that, and then just chop that piece off there. Perfect. So we don't need those little bits. So that looks like a little picture frame, not a picture frame, a little window frame like that, doesn't it? So let's have a look. So then that will just sit on there like that. Probably see it a bit better as well on the green. So I think they are really, really nice. Love it. Okay, so once that is sort of dry, we want to sort of gesso it. I'm going to, is that quite level? Not very level, but that's okay. Let's pop the lid on my glue. I'm going to take this white paper off, and I'm going to get some gesso. My nice big pot of gesso, which I've got fluff and bits of thread and all sorts of things in there. But I am hopefully going to get a new gesso for Christmas. I put that on my little Santa's list, so let's hope I've been good enough to get it this year. So let's pop some gesso on here. I don't want to and stick this, so just be gentle. I'm just going to dab it on just so it gives it sort of like a little bit of texture on there. Again, you can leave them white. It depends what sort of like picture you're going to put behind it as well, whether you're looking inside to a room or outside. Not that it really matters, but I think these look really nice, and it's so simple to do with a little bit of scrap cardboard. So another use for them. So let's just put that on there like that. I'm going to quickly dry it and then give it another quick go with the gesso a minute. There we go. Let's give it a couple of layers of gesso on there. And then I'm going to add some distress oxides to it. And again, you can use whatever colours. If you've got watercolours, that's all you've got, or pencils, you can colour it in. But I'm going to just use some distress oxide spray on mine. But you can use whatever you like. You can even make them, if you don't want to paint them, you can make them out of a bit of brown card. If you've got some nice card, white card or blue card, anything. You can add a little bit of snow onto it. All sorts of ways that you can jazz them up. Okay, so that should cover it. I just need that so it's got a layer of this, so the ink, so the God, I can't speak today, the distress oxides will sort of like, the true sort of colour will come out from them. I'm just going to quickly dry it again. Okay, so I think that's pretty dry. There we go. Okay, so I have got old paper. These are my go-to ones, I think. Frayed burlap, and I've also got the gathered twig. Now, I don't spray my oxides because I make too much mess. So what I do, I just shake them up, and I use the little end bit. I'm just going to pop a little bit on, just to make a little bit of colour on here. And then I will just get a paintbrush or something and do it. You can spray them if you want to spray them, do spray them, but I needed to get a little sort of like box to put them in to spray because I make such a mess and they go all over the place. These just go all over the place, so I just want some ink on there just to get a nicer colour on the frame. Where's my little brush? So let's just pop just a little bit of green. Now I'm trying to make these look a little bit sort of oldie and green, and but again, you pick whatever colours you want to use. So let's just put those on. Give it a shake. Now this is the frayed burlap. I'm going to add a little bit of this down. Just pop this across. You can add a little bit of water if you want to. Just a bit so it looks all nice and rustic. I suppose you could put wire on here as well. You could have a wire frame, window frame, which I might try at some point. I'm going to just spray it with a little bit of water. And it makes it go a little bit further then. So just build up your layers of colour like that, just on that edge. Yeah. Down. And then I'm just going to dry this in a minute. There we are. That's looking okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of, this is the gathered twig, I'm going to just pop a little bit down there like that. I'm going to take a nice brush which has got some nice sort of like hardish bristles on, and then just go down to try and get sort of like a little grainy effect on your wood. Might need to be a bit darker, but you can just about see that. There we go. Just a little bit of the brown. Oops. Just go on the edges. Around here. So you can do as much as you like to this. Go along here. There we go. Oh, I like this one. It's like a little wooden window, isn't it? This one. There we are. Okay, I'm going to quickly dry that again. There we go. I do like that. Now I'm going to go over with a little bit of gesso just to distress it as well. Let's see if I've got all my bits and pieces in here. Let's just go down just with, need a bit more. I think I need a little bit more. There we go. Nice and weathered. A nice weathered window frame look. Perfect. I do like that. That's lovely, isn't it? Perfect. Okay, that will do before I start fiddling anymore. Look at that. Okay, let's quickly dry it. Perfect. Now where's my little dauber? I'm going to take some dauber and some ink. Like, I think I need some new ones. Not sure whether I put these on my little list. Let's just darken the edges a little bit. Go. Perfect. I think that will do. Love it. I do like that. Now let's pop this. No, I won't pop that. I'm going to move this because it's got lots of gesso and stuff on it. Pop that to the side just so I don't make a big mess. I'm going to take another one of my things which I haven't put anything in yet. Where should we stick it? Should we stick it on one of these pages? I'm going to stick it in anyway because I want to be able to see it. I don't want it to sort of like disappear into the page, if you know what I mean. That looks nice. What should we pop? Should we put Santa behind? Look at that. I can't really see his face too well, but that looks really nice, doesn't it? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have got some tape which I have stuck some of my foam tape onto the parchment paper so it doesn't, it's easier to cut like this. And what I'm going to do, gosh, I can't speak very well today. I'm going to cut this into 3 because I want it quite thin, like this. I'm going to turn it over so that can be the top, or that can be that. So that's the top. So I'm just going to turn that over. I'm going to actually, did I have another piece somewhere? Sure, I had another piece. Let me get a piece of parchment paper. Take some of my tape, pop that on there like that. Cut that. I'm going to cut this down. All these I will cut up and pop them into my little pot. There's a little tiny little tabs that I can use, little foam tabs. So I'm going to stick that right on the bottom. Stick it right on the bottom because you need this bit of gap to hide the bottom of the tag. And then I'm going to put these two down the edge like this. This one's a little bit thinner. I'll use this one, I think. Put that down the edge like that. There we go. Perfect. Do Do I need a little extra bit there? I don't think so. So I'm going to take this off, and then we can just stick it onto the page. So it's really simple, and to have that little bit of foam tape, if you wanted it a little bit thicker, put another layer of tape around it on top of the sticky one, then it will be just a little bit higher. So I'm going to pop this onto here, make sure we are the right way up. So this can go onto this page here, like that. And then our little centre just slides in there. Now what you can do as well, you can pop a little bit of acetate behind there if you wanted it to be like a window. Before you stick it down, stick a piece of acetate behind it. I quite like it open like that, but I'm going to pop something on the top of here. What should we have? Got some green ribbon here. Shall I just pop what I did with the last one? I just made like a little bow like that, just gathered up 3 little, didn't do that very well, did I? Let me just chop that off. Going to just gather that up like that. That's enough. Like that. I'm going to just quickly go and sew that to the top like that. So 2 seconds and I will be back. Okay, so I've just sewn that to the top, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just cut this piece off there because we don't want that dangling down. Let's cut these little pieces off like that. Now I've covered these with a nice green card on the back, which I love, so that can just slide in here like that. Then you've got the little tufty bit at the top just to pull that out. And then what we can do, you can pop little bits of snow I've got on there. I've got my little pot of bits and pieces which I use lots of. It's all shiny bits which I've shown you a few times in the videos. I've got my red twine here. You can make, oh, I tell you what I could make. Now I have got, look at this, I bought some of this. Now this is this is like that fake moss stuff, and what you could make if this was on the other one, because this one is sort of like looking outside, this one is more like looking inside at the Christmas tree. You could pop like a little window box on there, couldn't you? I wonder if that would work. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? And then you could have some of this inside. Do you think that would work? Now this is funny old stuff. You could sort of pop this on here. You don't even need to make a window box. You could probably just make like a little thing on there. Oh, I might have a go at that. I will come up with something. Oh, that looks really nice, and you could put some little red beads on there. I might do that when I finish my book, when I finish doing the journal. I might actually add some of this to it, and then add a few little red beads or something on there. That would look nice, or a little bit of snow. That's what I might do, but I won't do that now because I haven't, obviously, I need to sew in the journal first and do everything. Let's get rid of those bits and pieces. So I'll add embellishments to them afterwards. Love it. I do like that idea. So there we go, guys. That is that. I will probably pop a little bow or something like that on it, but I'm going to add those when I start embellishing the journal a little bit more. Gosh, can't speak at all today. So there we go. So that was quite a simple one. So, and it looks really, really effective, doesn't it? So you just pull that out. Again, if you wanted to make it a little bit thicker or higher, add another piece of foam tape. But that will just sit in there like that as a little tag. And I just think that looks lovely, doesn't it? In one of your journals. Again, it doesn't have to be a Christmas. It could be anything. Nice little autumn one would look nice as well, wouldn't it? So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, take care, have a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.